Hi, Terry Miller here with Stumbling Around in the Light, and thanks for stopping by my little blog. It is October 5th, beautiful fall day here in Colorado. We've definitely hit fall weather. It's gotten a lot chillier, so it's really nice. Everything is just golden and glorious in this aspen stand that we live in. And wanted to share a little bit today, another installment in our marital fitness program that my husband and I are working through. Wanted to share a little bit about the conflict that we just have hit upon just recently. It seems like in the first few weeks working through this, everything seemed better than ever. Seemed like everything was going great. We were communicating better, learning things, and this past Sunday we hit the first kind of really big conflict that was not anything new or unusual. It's kind of the same thing that we've come up against, and it's the reason that we started this marital fitness program to begin with, because we are so frustrated about conflict resolution, about when conflict comes up, how are we working through it. So we did not do a very good job. It was really, really rotten. And what started really small, I won't bore you with the details, but it started really small, hurt feelings on my part, and I had an outburst in the kitchen where I was mad at my daughters and kind of griped at them, and then took a deep breath just a few seconds later and said, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have really been angry. Really what's behind that is I was hurt and my feelings were hurt, and so, you know, kind of reevaluated and apologized. But for some reason, that point of conflict, because I expressed this feeling of not being cared for well, you know, hey, typical, you know, mommy martyr kind of thing where I'm doing everything for everybody and I'm not cared for well, and, you know, shared it with my girls group today, and the other moms were like, yeah, we know how that feels, that it seems pretty typical that moms will hit that point of going, I just do everything and nobody does anything for me, and, you know, kind of self-pitying. So I did apologize and say, hey, what's behind it is these hurt feelings. But anyway, that little point of conflict then sparked this great big conflict between Kevin and I, and something that typically we have not handled well, and that Kevin felt like when I said I was not cared for well, that I was really attacking him and saying he was bad and not a good husband and all these different things. And of course then I felt like, what is the big deal? Am I not allowed to express feelings? And so we just came to this impasse where I was saying, no, you are wrong. I should be allowed to express negative feelings. And he was at this point of saying, I thought we had been going along, everything was fine, and then I'm just blindsided by this negativity. So we're both at an impasse of saying, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. So we had a horrible night where I really made a choice to withdraw. Traditionally, I tend to, when we have conflict, pursue and pursue and pursue, and he'll tend to withdraw. And I made a choice to withdraw, and that was very upsetting to him. And everything just spiraled way out of control to where very quickly we were in a really ugly, angry place. And so we scheduled an urgent, immediate ER appointment kind of with our marriage coach, and we met with him Monday evening and sat down with these things, and instead of, you know, we're holding hands and talking through stuff, I mean, we're on opposite sides of the couch and we are you know, pointing fingers and angry and griping. And our marriage coach was wonderful at he did not take sides or say, Terry, you need to do this, and Kevin, you need to do this about the specific incident. He looked at it very broadly and talked about some things about patterns of being reactionary, like the lower brain is very reactionary, and that we're in these set patterns of being very reacting instead of reappraising the situation, and challenged us to begin doing that better, and really looked at general perspectives, which was helpful. It was frustrating because I wanted him to say, Kevin, you're wrong. Terry should be allowed to express negative feelings. She shouldn't have to be happy all the time. And he just didn't do that. And I think Kevin wanted him to say, you know, Terry, you're being wrong. You shouldn't be so flying off the handle and getting upset about things. You need to just swallow it back, or whatever. I don't know what different things, but we both kind of wanted our marriage coach to say, you need to do this better. You need to do this better. And he didn't. He gave us generalities. So Kevin and I continued to slog through it and talk and be frustrated. And so here we are. It's Wednesday. And this is the thing that I'm learning. In conflict resolution, Am I willing to get over it? And that's what I'm learning about, because I have been frustrated and angry and not ready to let it go. And I have felt like, no, I wasn't in the wrong. I'm not going to let it go. And when it comes down to it, isn't my marriage worth it? Isn't my husband worth it? That when we have talked through it and he has had apologies and I've had apologies, can I let it go? Can he let it go? Am I worth it to him that he'll say, I'm sorry, and can we move past this? And is he worth it that I can say, I'm sorry, can we move past this? And I think this is a block that we get into in a lot of marriages. If something happens where you both feel like you're wrong and you both are kind of standing on that, and then you just cross your arms and say, I'm not getting past this. I'm not going to get over it until you, what? I don't know, grovel, kiss up 1,000 times. I'm not sure what makes the difference. But I know that I have got to step back at some point and say, Kevin, the cat is crawling up on me, sorry. To step back and say, Kevin, you are worth it. And I'm sorry, and I want to get past this. And what can we do to grow and be better and do better next time and not get stuck in the anger and the bitterness and the grudge holding of this specific conflict? So we're learning, we're not figuring it out perfect. I don't know if that helps any of you as you're also, following this and working through your own conflict resolution, but just something for me to consider that might help you as well. When you have conflict, that I need to step back and say, can I forgive? Can I forgive in the nitty-gritty moments of life? And can I just get over it and love my husband? Is he worth it? And he is. So I'm going to try to get over it. I hope you can too. Thanks for checking in.